Hello, everybody. Hello to you and you and you and you. Uh, 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 uh. These pole times are very slow, aren't they? Compared to the last couple of races. There's Dr. Strange Savage going to provisional pole. I do 109.4. I haven't even started the stream. Hello everybody and welcome to Tier 3 Action. My name is Nene47 and I'm commentating for you again. And yes, it's pissing. Oh, Wesley Santana has joined. That's fantastic. Nice of him to join us. So we have 15 drivers here competing for pole position because F1 Wesley Santana will join in qualifying. And the current pole time is a 109.4 by this man, Dr. SV Strange, who's just been in the wall. I think I can't see anything other than his rear wing at the moment. He hasn't lost any front wing, it's just taking a while to get going again. We were 109.4, we saw 107s in last one. Obviously the conditions are slightly different. It looks like it's going to piss it down, I'm going to be honest with you. But now what's he doing? He's parking. This is not a driving test, Dr. Strange. Anyway, we'll go off board from Dr. Strange, who's doing some strange things at the moment. On board with full cheese, maybe, or Tash, as he's coming across the line now to start his lap in his house. And we'll see what he can achieve here today. Currently on the 109.5s. I'm currently staying there because that is horrendous. Turned in, nothing was there. He didn't go wide enough into the corner. He didn't maximise the line. There's a line they didn't want to take anyway. Prime, the new driver Prime is in the pit lane. Mahmood is currently in P7. Gooey down in P9 with a 112.6. 3 seconds off the pace and about 5 off the Tier 1 and Tier 2 pole. But he's always capable of it at the end of the session. I like to think he can go a bit quicker than that. Gabs is going to pit lane, as he's here this week, and so is Mad Alpha Max. As he bids to try and do something today. My new head of driver recruitment has found nobody so far. I think that Robbins was lying about not being able to commentate because he's about. Maybe we should bring him into the commentary box. But anyway, I'll carry on twiddling along. We're currently at 109.4, but I was expecting at least 108. And as it's not raining yet, as we're running into Sector 1 and 2, is that Jack Shaw? No, it's a Simo Crosses is here as well. I didn't see him join the session. But yeah, we've got 15. We're doing alright today for Tier 2, I think. Tier 3. But we'll be Tier 2 next week because obviously we're going to change it up. He's down in PA at the moment and he'll be thinking he could easily get pole position. But he hasn't done any practice because he didn't know the track. Mavros goes to provisional pole with a 109.0 for locking up into turn 1. So he pushes the benchmark a little bit more. Full Cheese is improving by a healthy amount. Probably half a block. Maybe a bit of Red Leicester. I love a bit of Red Leicester. I get a bit sick of the sight of it recently though. Because there's no braking boards there. He's improving a lot there, but he's coming into pit lane. Which suggests he can go a bit quicker. Simo crosses. We'll be hoping he can leave his mark on his qualifying session. We'll go on board with the Racing Point driver. See what he can achieve. The banter is real right now. As Wesley Santana has left the session, but he'll rejoin. Apparently the lagging is pretty bad at the moment. Simmercross has lost his front wing with his 109.4 there. He hit the wall of champions, so it didn't make too much of a difference, but didn't do his time any good, let's put it that way. Will anyone challenge Mavros? Gabs is currently invalidated his lap, so they're struggling a little bit with track limits. Gooey is a 10th down on his 112.6, so I don't see him making a lot of his time. I'm surprised there's no rain so far, it's just overcast. Got an argument in the Discord. We'll leave that alone a minute. Stop it. And Gooey's going around the final corner now. Will he be able to improve on his time? No, he's thinking invalidated it anyway. And he did a 112.0, so he can improve on that time, but he just doesn't want to. Maybe he's just sandbagging for driver of the day or something. Wesley be hoping he can get out of the pit lane for the end of this session. Because he's just rejoined. Well, on board with Full Cheese as he's attempting his run. Is Dr. Strange Savage. He's on an outlap. I think Full Cheese is the man to watch. He's 1.5 tenths up at the moment, nearly 2 tenths should I say. So he's looking to challenge Mavros for that provisional pole position. We'll see what his middle sector's like. He's 4 tenths up. Not purple, but very good still. And it looks like he's going to be the man to go ahead of the front two here. With a very nice last sector. He surely will be taking provisional pole position with 2 minutes to go. Around the final corner he goes. Full Cheese, very nice over the final chicane. And across the line he goes. And it's a 0.9. 108.9. As Mavros gets a 5-second grid penalty with a collision with Mad Max, which is including half of his front wing missing. So that could be the end of Mavros's qualifying. That will be the end of Mavros's qualifying, so he won't be able to improve. Simo Crosses isn't coming out yet. He's got a little bit of time. As Wesley's going on a lap at the moment. On his out lap, I think. But Full Cheese seems to be fully in control at the moment. Just a 10th up on everybody else's times. Cash is going very slow on the straight. As the velocity of Amran is quick up on the medium tyre. He's done a 109.7 on his mediums. As they're all coming in the pit lane, so that suggests they're not doing another lap. And he's retired from the session. Mavros isn't coming out either. A few people not being able to time their runs right. I'm on board with Griever. It could be very much a surprise. He's going purple at the moment. Well, that might be his personal best, to be fair. I mean, he's only 3/10 up, so we're not going to get too excited. But that 108.9 isn't quick. Let's get that right. So I won't be surprised. Going into the final chicane, Griever. Very tentative on the throttle. There's Mahmood retiring from the session. And it's a 109.8 and that P6 for Griever. I've got a few people coming around the final corner. I've got a McLaren of Gooey trying to start a lap. Also Gabs. Will he get to the line to start a lap? He does. And he'll be the last man. We've got a Mercedes of F1 Wesley who won't get to the line and will not set a time. And then we've got a Haas of Prime coming to the line now. Will he be able to improve on his time? Will Prime? He does a 0.3 which picks him up into P4 in this session. We've got Mavros on an outlap but he won't make it round. And then we've got a Ferrari of Jack Shaw, the next man to cross the line. He's coming 7/10 up. But we'll see if he'll be able to improve. No. And then next we've got Grievo who's invalidated. Simo Crosses who's invalidated his lap. And then a Renault of RPW, no. Renault of Doctor Strange who puts it in the wall. And Mavros has been able to do his lap. But he didn't cross the line with any time to spare. So Mavros is going to probably claim pole position here. Also got Gabs out there. He's just finished his lap. So we've got Mavros who didn't actually cross the line in time. Doing a lap here. And well, he's walking away with pole position it seems. Because I don't know what's happening here. But I don't think he should have had time to do this lap. I even said he didn't have time, but apparently he does. And he's gonna come around the final chicane and take pole position, it seems, because it was very clean and very quick. 0.6, 3/10 of difference between him and full cheese. But yeah, that was a bit strange. Now we'll get the odd chat. Made a big difference there. Obviously, Simmer Crossers didn't really get a lap in. I think there's a few Gabs, RPW, and Wesley. Get your facts right. Yeah, I've seen that in the chat, but there's not a lot I can do about that. What do the stewards... I don't know what the stewards think. You have to send it to them. Anyway, well, now I'm done arguing in chats. We are going to commentate on a race. It's very interesting. Oh, Mavros got his 5th place good penalty. Of course, I nearly forgot about that. That's why he starts down in P5. And Full Cheese is now on pole with Dr. Strange, who's having a significantly better race than he did, not last week, the week before, because obviously I didn't have a race last week. Trying to commentate. Leave me alone. Oh dear, I need to get some commentators, that's for sure. Hopefully we can work on something like that. But yeah, there's a few key people on this grid that look very interesting. Simmer Crosses is last apparently. And Wesley 14th. Them two are going to be the people to watch, I think, and also Mavros. Is anyone starting in that position? Is that Grievers? No, it's Amran. He's a bit further back. Anyway, we're all gridding up now, waiting for the lights for what is another 50% Canadian Grand Prix. We've got 15 drivers again. Hopefully we can have a few more finishers. It's going to be interesting, to say the least, as we are heading to 5 red lights, we're hoping. And there's the beeps. We've got them this time. And the 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Full Cheese gets away nicely. Dr. Strange didn't know, as the Haas has taken to the grass to try and overtake. RPW is in P3. Has he jumped the start? Because I'm pretty sure he did set a lap in qualifying, but there we go. Oh, he's not in P3, that's a lie. I'm trying to find the front of the field. Help me. Everybody's ghosting. And Mavros has been jumped off the line. And he's down into P6. Oh no, he hasn't. That's a lie, he's up into P4. It's very difficult to read this. Amran's been jumped off the line. Tash in P3 with Dr. Strange and Full Cheese leading them away into the first of this. Oh, Dr. Strange is in the wall and he's taken somebody with him. It was Tash who was the lucky bugger who went with him. And he's got no front wing. He's running an 80s Spec F1 car. We've got a safety car on the first lap because of that incident. We've got no one out of the race. Simo Crosses is already up into P7. Mavros into P2. And Wesley up into P12. To note a few. Yeah, Simo Crosses did spot. Yeah, I was looking at. And there's several people in the pit lane as we filled up. We've got 5 cars at the moment. RPW is back into P10 where he was before. It's just confusing me with the standings at the start. It really doesn't help me. Prime into P5 is in prime position. We'll check the tyres. We've got Prime on the softs. We've got Amran on the mediums. So he qualified on the mediums because he was 4th. Gooey on the mediums, Jack Shaw on the hards, and Simo Crosses on the hards as well. He'll come into the pit lane. He'll be doing another stop though. I don't know why he went on hard actually. We still have to do, unless you're going hard soft. Yeah, unless you started on the mediums, that makes sense actually. Can't remember. We'll have a look actually. Because that would make sense. Similar crosses. Start on, no, he could have just done a double soft stint. Actually, it might have been a little bit of a push. Double medium stint, sorry. Possibly, but yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. Got Full Cheese leading the way still. He'll just be happy he's in the lead. Yeah, there's not a lot much to commentate on these fifth copies. We've got Mad Max in P7 though, Gooey P6, who's had a great start himself. We'll have a look at the games. There's a lot of gains. Dr. Savage obviously going from second to last. Wouldn't have helped him. Gab's up 4 places. Touchdown 9. Oh, so it's interesting. Nobody actually maintaining position. And everyone down into Jack Short except for RPW has pitted. Pit onto a different tyre. And we'll see how this plays out. As the safety car comes in the pit lane. And we will go racing again with Full Cheese leading us away. We've got Mavros in P2, Amran P3. With Griever doing a fantastic P4 going under the radar as well with Prime. And Gooey in P6. We have RPW already having a bit of trouble. He's ghosting. As Wesley goes through him. Oh, Mahmood is in the wall. And having a bit of trouble. Simo Crosses is still down in P12. He's actually now behind Wesley. He's been punted by Doctor Strange of all people. And he's lost half the front wing. But they're still trying to go side by side despite this. And Doctor Strange has come out worse, let's be honest. Now I've got F1 Wesley Santana looking at Jack Shaw. Into the hairpin, unable to get past the kind of bottlenecking there, but unable to get in the points so far. We'll look further forward. We've got Mad Max and Gabs going for a bit of a battle. Gabs is lagging everywhere. On board with him, Mad Max going to the outside, whereas Gabs has got the inside line, so he's entitled to a bit of space down there. Oh wow, Mad Max got out of the way completely. Because Doctor Strange and Mahmood are in the pit lane again. Going for the 10 stop race, I think. We've got an incident sector 1. Who could that possibly be? Oh, it's Wesley. One of the favourites for the race, I'd say. Came into contact with possibly either Jack Shaw or Simo Crosses. Could possibly be Simo Crosses. He was going slow, but that is not helping me as a camera angle. I'm going to be honest when I want to look at the front wing. Used to be able to see the front wing, and now it's much more difficult. He's lost our front wing, so I think them two have came together. Which helped Mavros out, who's chasing down Full Cheese. with Amran just sitting in behind. Griever's unable to keep up at this moment. Gooey's fell behind Gabs, who's on a bit of a charge as well. But here goes Gooey. No, doesn't go for it. Sticks in behind. Well, anyway, after that bit of a laugh, I decided to commentate on this race. So Griever comes into pit lane. If Robin's with here, keep me interested. But commentating 2 races on the trot is a bit tough. Mad Max is in P7. Is looking at Tash, who's well, that's a corner cut. Let's be honest. Al Zawar, big person, has joined and left. We did that last week. Gooey's in P5 now. That's because of somebody else pitting. Mavros, should I say. As he's looking at RPW and now Simo crosses. Do any of these two decide to pit? No. Now these two are battling quite hard at the moment, whereas Mavros is going for the undercut and the hards. But I think the mediums might be a bit quicker. I mean, Amran started on the medium, so he's got to go longer, and it's probably going to overcut him quite nice, because he'll have more pace. Well, Simmercross has just set the fastest lap of the race. Simmercross has just pit. And what? He's just pit onto mediums. And Mavros is behind on hards. How does that work? Don't understand that one. Does Mavros have to change his front wing? Possibly. Gooey is now into P4, Tash P5 somehow, with Mad Max P6, Jack Shaw P7, Prime P8, Griever P9, Simocross is P10, Mavros P11, and Dr. Strange P12. Oh, Dr. Strange has had a bit of a strange incident now. Simo Crosses is out, and Dr. Strange is out as well, and brought out the VSC on our first retirements of the day. As Full Cheese takes this opportunity to pit and go on the mediums. I'm quite surprised. I would say I'm quite surprised that Amran didn't pit, but obviously the VSC just ended. Gabs has got a drive through for speeding on the VSC, and he comes out well ahead of anybody else in P5. So it's worked out very well for Full Cheese. He's gained a few seconds though. I think Amran will be hoping for a full safety car at some point, because that'd help him a great deal. Incident in Sector 2. It's a Ferrari of Jack Shaw who's had a bit of an incident. Is he waiting to rejoin, or is he retiring from the race? Or is he sitting there waiting for a safety car? He's rejoining now while it's safe. Wesley's still going 32 seconds back. He'll be hoping for a safety car as well. As Tash is pushing Gooey round, and he picks up another penalty. Gooey goes defensive. Tash goes to the wall and gets a position with a bit of a barge. And that's him up into P4, 3. Full Cheese chasing him down. Race leader, and he will not like the look of this one bit. He decides to back off because Gooey is going for the move down the inside of Tash. And it looks like he's going to make the move. Full Cheese is going for it as well. He's decided this is his moment. He's going to get Tash. But he's got to be very careful not to pump Gooey into here. And doesn't. And he makes his way through. Just the race leader. The provisional race leader, I suppose. The actual race leader. As he now looks at Gooey. It looks like it's going to rain actually. So it's starting to get darker. So hold tight everybody, we're going to get a bit of rain for once, I think. And on the outside of Gooey goes Full Cheese. And he gets the position. And Amran is out there in the lead as Full Cheese sets the fastest sector. Got Mavros down in P9 now. I mean, what happened to him? He must have had an incident. As Prime picks up a penalty. As the incident in Sector 1. But it's cleared away pretty quickly. Any other battles on track? There's no battles, it's all big gaps at the moment. Waiting for these medium runners to pit a little bit later on. Full Cheese is 10 seconds behind Amran, by the way, as he picks up a penalty. We'll check the penalties. Amran spins a little bit, gets a half spin on. Amran's got 1 penalty and Full Cheese has 2. Gooey has none. Which I would see come in handy later, but he's not going to be anywhere near the leaders. He's in a different time zone to everybody else, pretty much. We're on lap 14 of this race, and currently Amran's leading it, but how long for now, I don't know. There's a lot of clapping going round. We've got Gabs in the pit lane. See where he comes out. Groover's gonna get him. Mad Max. About Mavros, I think. Mavros goes through. Just behind him. And there goes Gabs. That's Mavros up into P8. And Gabs into P9. On board with Griever, it's kind of died this race a bit. Amran will catch full cheese on his new tyres. I'm presuming full cheese might go hard through. What's a new follower? As the pit window is open for the one-stop medium runners. As they'll probably go on hard tyres, 20 laps, yeah. But them hard tyres aren't very good. And they'll have to show significant pace. I don't know what full cheese's pace is on the mediums. Mid-12s. Man, he's not fantastic on that. Amran's pretty slow on his at the moment. I mean, comparing to Barry, he was low 13s, low to mid 13s on warm mediums, whereas that's on the newer mediums you're looking at high 11s, low 12s. There's a gooey pits. We'll see where he comes out. Probably around Mavros, maybe just ahead. Oh, he's been held. And Gabs Gooey came out 6 seconds behind and picked up a penalty. And full cheese is only 6 seconds behind Amran, but Amran pits, and now we've got a bit of action. It seems like the clouds have gone away, so we're not going to get any rain. As he goes on to the hard tyres to the end of this race. But what will his pace be? These hard tyres are not the best race tyre on the planet. Prime has been doing his own business and is finding himself into P3. And Amran comes out 11 seconds behind. We'll see if he can close that on it. He probably needs to. I think initially it'll be a little bit quicker, but not by much. It'll be fairly similar. As we're looking for Tash, who's in pit lane with front wing damage, and F1 Wesley Santana has also joined him with front wing damage. And he's gone on mediums. They might get to the end. We need a safety car. That's what we need. I mean, is anyone actually been lapped in this race? I'm looking where full cheese is. No, Jack Shaw is a bit ahead. Is Mahmood still going? Oh no, Mahmood's been lapped. Oh, Mahmood's been well lapped. think Jack Shaw's has been locked as well. Yeah. So we've got 2 lapped cars in this race as well. To add to good measure. I mean, the closest gap on track is Gabs and Mavros. I think Mavros has just overtaken Gabs though. Or has he? I don't think he has actually. I think he's catching for P5. Mavros is trying to catch Grieber. These guys are a long way off the lead battle. Or even the podium battle. Seems a bit off for them. Maybe Gabs might have a chance. As I was right about Amram, he's starting to catch full cheese as we go under 10 seconds. These guys will have to pit again. I don't think them hards will go to the end. But we're on lap 20 and there's not a lot to say. I mean, RPW, is he still going in this race? No, he's disconnected as well. Probably going to play Fall Guys. I should have got a drink before the start of this race because I'm really thirsty right now. I mean, we can look at people's helmets. Got a nice, that's quite a retro one that Mahmood's got. It's like a Turkish one. All the stars on it. There's Mad Alpha Max has been overtaken. Getting a little bit tired. Been up since 6. It's starting to wear on me, this race, I'm not gonna lie. We've got Gabs, 8 times off Mavros. So he's starting to reel him in. There's a car in the pit lane, it's Griever. He's coming in from P5. And we'll see where he comes out. He's got a 5-second stop and go. Gooey goes past for P6. Looks like he's going to come out P7. Because Tash is nowhere to be seen. Oh no, there he is. Tash is somewhere to be seen. There he is. It's going to be quite close actually. I think Tash is ahead. He is ahead. And Griever's out in P8, but he'll get that back pretty quick if he's got some pace in him. With their mediums. as we'll watch this battle. I mean, Gabs is still on the Mavros's tail, but this is the battle on track. And half a second the gap of the minute as Wesley sits the fastest lap of the race, as he's trying to close down these guys, as he thinks P7 should be his. I think he might be right, although he's going to struggle to get it on the end of the medium tyres. So Gabs is still within that second. I'm also waiting for what happens with the lead battle. We've got Full Cheese yet to pit. And he'll be about 8 seconds behind Amran. He's got to catch him, overtake him. So we're waiting for that. Be similar to the T2 race, I think. And Griever looks like he's got past Tash, as I'm sort of falling asleep, for P7. And Tash isn't really fighting it too hard, although he's gone very deep into the hairpin. But it looks like Griever's going to keep that P7 and start his assault on Gooey for P6. Wesley's really catching these guys as well, so that's coming down a lot. Amran and Full Cheese, the gap is pretty much staying the same, and Gabs is still stuck behind Mavros and 17 lap over hard tyres, and he's got 11 laps to go on them. It's going to be a push for Mavros. He's going to keep that P4. Unless he plans to do on softs at the end. And the gap between Wesley is now 1.8 seconds. There's Tash. He's starting to fall back into the clutches of Wesley, but obviously these tyres are degrading a lot quicker than Tash's are. The same age. And you've got 10 laps to go on them. And Gabs is trying to have a look at Mavros. He's still stuck behind the Alfa Romeo. And oh, Gabs is in the wall. He lost it on the entry and he's reset to track. Even though that isn't really allowed, but there you go. And he carries on his way, but he's got to come in the pit lane now, which will damage his chances. It'll promote Gooey into P5, that's for sure. This is unscheduled for Gabs, he was going to the end. There we go. And Griever as well. And the gaps are so big. When will Full Cheese pull the trigger? He's going to go on soft tyres, isn't he? Surely. Will it be this lap? He's carrying on. Speaks up another penalty. He's got 3. Amran's got 2. So he's got 3 seconds in his pocket. When will they pull the trigger? He's pulling away now. A little bit. And the rain clouds are coming back. Maybe that's what we're waiting for, but Full Cheese, will he pit this lap? He's been threatening all the time. We're never really getting it rain on this game, it seems. Because Gooey's got a bit of a train at the moment. He's got Wesley and Griever behind him, so they've got a bit of a battle there. Full Cheese carries on for another lap. What's he doing? Go to the end? Jack Shaw pits. Surely if he wanted to pit it, he'd have done it by now. Seven laps to go. That man really is gaining this lap. As Griever and Gooey are swapping positions. And this double detection point. DRS detection point, should I say? And you can see there Griever gets the exit as well. As Gooey's got nothing, Wesley can have a go. But decides that it's not something worth going at. And there he is. Wesley's made the move. Gooey's got up front wing as well. That might explain it. But it's getting very dark out there, so is there going to be a bit of rain in his last few laps? I wonder. Maybe that's what they're all waiting for. Including Gooey, why he's not pitting. Is Mad Max pitting for anything interesting? No, just new softs. Wait, is he pit onto 6 lap old softs? He's pit onto 6 lap old mediums, should I say. Why would you do that? Anyway. Tash is now looking at Gooey. And Wesley's looking at Griever for P5. Somehow Wesley's P5. Don't really know how that's happened either. Tash can't quite get the exit on Gooey. It's getting very dark. Is it going to rain these last 5 laps? Is that what they're waiting for? Is that what Full Cheese is waiting for, or is he waiting for a puncture? Because I don't know. 20 laps on mediums. I'm very unsure about this. a very long time. It looks like there's rain in the air. It's turned very quick. Just waiting for the weather conditions to change. But when will it change? And will it change? I don't see any rain on the racing point, which is easier to see. Obviously you'll see if the weather changes because the game makes a horrendous flicker. And we're waiting for that flicker. But it's not forthcoming as of yet. Going into the chicane. Hits the wall. Full cheese pits for softs. So whatever he was waiting for, he's decided to pull the pin now. And my question is that too late? Because he's about 9 seconds behind Amran. Oh, a bit less probably. 7.5 seconds, he's got to get that in 4 laps now. Or 5 laps. He's on the fastest tyre possible. He's got no ERS whatsoever. What can you do? And he also has to pull some time out as well because he's got penalties. Amran's got 3. Full cheese has got... Oh, he's got 3 as well. So maybe not. Just 6 seconds. I think he's got this. And it's raining. There it is. Wow, how wet will it get? Because that will dampen his progress. They'll be all just sliding about. How good is your rain skills, Amran? About to find out. You need to get your pedalo out. Because it's absolutely chucking it down here in Canada for the last 3 or 4 laps of this Grand Prix. And I don't know what's going to get. And I have a full feeling that Full Cheese is not taking full advantage of them soft tyres. Because of this rain. We're into sector 3. It's a McLaren of Gooey Gooey. He's not got a front wing anymore. So he'll be coming down the pit lane. And he won't fall outside the points because Mad Max is a mile back. But and Gooey Gooey gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Well, this could get interesting. I mean, that's the gap, 4.2 seconds. But how heavy will this rain get? How much will it stockpile on the track? Well, I don't know. And a few laps to go. 3 laps to go to be exact. We're not seeing any puddles or anything yet forming. Seems to me we might be alright. It's not going to rain enough, but it's a bit getting slippier. And he's halved the deficit. Which means Amran needs to go a little bit quicker, to be honest. Just in certain places. He just has more traction. And you can see the wind can Full Cheese. But can he catch it? 2 seconds and 2 laps. What you got, my friend? Bogging down on the straights. And Full Cheese picks up another penalty, and that could be curtains. That's disastrous for Full Cheese. I think Amran's going to claim this one. Unless he picks up another penalty, then it'll just wipe it all out. If Amran carries on as he is, no more penalties, then he'll be fine. He's got this one won easily. He'd have 4.5 seconds to spare. Got another incident in Sector 3. I think that's one coming out of pit lane, one of Ferraris. Or is it? No, it's Mahmood losing his car. No sprays coming off the car yet, which means it's not going to get wet enough for anything. But I think there was a bit of spray there. Maybe. 9 tenths is the gap between Amran and Full Cheese for this final lap of the Canadian Grand Prix. Full Cheese is, oh, Amran's got a penalty, and that's a disaster. And if he wouldn't have picked up that one, oh, but Full Cheese has picked up another 2 warnings on this lap. Oh, this is going to be close. It's a lap showdown, everybody. And I don't know which way it's going to go. Will it be Amran? Will it be Full Cheese? Full Cheese has full power, he's got everything. And he's giving it absolutely everything, but Amran just needs to place the car in the right parts of the track. But here goes Full Cheese. Down the inside. Amran to the outside. Going side by side under the tunnel. And Full Cheese yeets it over the curb and takes the lead back. But it's not over just yet, because we will have a look at the penalties. But a last lap pass for Full Cheese looks to have claimed it for him. But we'll check the penalty situation as it comes across the line, as Mahmood is retired from the race on the last lap. As Amran is actually coming back at Full Cheese. He's going to force him to a compromised line, but he doesn't pick up any warnings, and it looks like Full Cheese is going to claim victory here in Canada by 9 tenths of a second. That was close in the end. GG, guys. Gooey comes across the line lapped in the end in P9. On board with Prime as he comes across the line for P3. With Mavros having a bit of an up and down race. I don't know what happened to him in P4. Wesley P5 somehow. Mavros was only second off the podium. Second half. Wesley, oh Jesus. Wesley, 27-second Griever mine gets him at this rate. As he comes across the line, will Griever get P5? No. Neither does Tash. With the amount of penalties. And Gabs comes across the line as the last person but not last person to finish. Interesting enough. Driver of the day, Wesley from last, 14th to 5th. Can't imagine where Simo Crosses would have been in all that. But yeah, that's your podium. It was quite a fun race in the end, but it took a while for that last lap battle to occur. And yeah, that has been the T3 Canadian Grand Prix. Next week we'll be back, and hopefully we can have some fantastic racing. Wesley got the fastest lap as well, and yeah, hopefully we can get some full grids, etc. But yeah, very close. If Amran wouldn't have got that last lap penalty, he'd have won. There you go, guys. That's how it goes sometimes. Thanks for watching. I'm Lenny for 7. Good night.